about last 2 years, last 12 years. We're gonna unpack 12 years, right? We're gonna talk about some stuff. So listen, I want you to like, share this right now, and tag some friends in this.
Like, share, tag, drop your comments, your questions. Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, and we're gonna dig in. We're gonna talk about some things. We're just gonna let it flow a little bit today. All right. Yeah. So I think this is gonna be fun. I'm glad that you all are tuning in with us. This is the Church Unpacked podcast. I am one of your hosts, APJ, Pastor James, and this is my lovely wife,
Tykees Broadnex, one of your hosts as well.
Yeah. Yep. And so, hey, thanks for joining me.
You're most
Last
welcome.
week I wanted you to join me. I had to do it by myself because you didn't have your hair like you wanted it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah. So we're here. Just want to really just talk about what we're doing. Give you some updates about what's happening new. You see, I got my embassy gear on, my embassy shirt. This is an old embassy shirt, but it still represents. And you know what's amazing about that? When you look at the orange in this embassy,
Yeah.
is like the orange of our new embassy logo. We did some new branding. We changed the name a little bit to Embassy Church Memphis instead of being Embassy Faith.
Embassy of Faith
Embassy of Faith International. Now we're being Embassy Church Memphis, and then under it we got a title called what?
The Tri-City Hub.
What does that mean? What does Tri-City Hub mean?
The Tri-City Hub is 3 locations in 3 different areas, cities, states, counties, whatever the Lord is leading us to do.
Yeah. So we got it. We kind of feel a calling, a unction, a burning for like Arkansas and Mississippi. So it's like Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, and we creating this hub. Well, we created a hub here.
We're here at the hub, actually recording this.
Yeah, we're recording this at the hub. So tell me, Taki, since I got you on here, and a lot of people don't see you a lot because you're always busy, you're always working.
The worker.
You're a philanthropist, you're executive director, you're a CEO, and then you're a pastor's wife, and then you're a mother, and then you're a spiritual mom to some people. Tell our people what is the hub? Let's start there.
So to me, the hub is a place for individuals and organizations to come and get whatever they need, be it spiritual needs, physical needs, getting those needs met, being connected to whatever resources that you may need. It could be a spiritual resource or actual physical resources. Maybe it's for the husband, could be for the wife or the child. Maybe it's for the entire family. We have partners right here at 3845 Raleigh Millington Road, ready to connect to individuals that's looking to gain hope or to flourish in their life. That's what we do here.
Gain hope or flourishing. So I like so you run, so part of the hub is we have somehow learned how to merge ministry and marketplace, church and marketplace, church and community, church and community development together. And we've learned it took us, 10
This is year 10.
10 years to really pull this together.
Yeah.
But we've been able to do it. So ministry is not just about the Sunday morning. Ministry is about 7 days a week, 365 days of the year, ministering, meaning to serve God's people. And because of that,
I would say for me, ministry is more than church. Ministry is doing life with those whom God want you to do life with.
yeah,
It may not necessarily be family. It could be people whose path you may cross, people whom God will place in your life. Ministry is serving God and serving his people. Or, no, I would say serving the people through the tools, resources, and talents of God.
yeah. So ministry to me is that, and all we do, serving God, serving God's people, helping with resources. Our main thing is that we want to know Jesus and make him known.
Yeah.
So everything we do, we're attaching Jesus to it. not as a gimmick, but rather as this is the mission that we should have for the local church. When you look at what's that? Matthew 28, 16 through 20. All power in heaven and earth has been given to me. Go ye therefore, as you are going, as you are walking, as you are working, as you are serving, as you are feeding, as you are nurturing an after school program, as you are teaching literacy, as you are helping families to.
As you are parenting.
As you are parenting.
As you are being a wife or a husband.
Yeah. As you are doing that, you should make disciples.
Yeah.
He said, make disciples of all nations, baptizing them, teaching them to observe, baptizing them and teaching them to observe all the things that
the Lord has given
to us. And so that's what we're doing, y'all. And so we're doing this, and God has really blown our minds. And so we are doing ministry we never stopped church. We just did it different.
Yeah. That's what I would say. We never stopped. We just not doing the Sunday services.
Yeah, we're doing ministry.
We're doing ministry. We're doing
on another level.
Yeah, we're doing ministry on another level. And a lot of times we have said that we've stopped, having church, but we're still the church.
Everywhere we go.
Everywhere that we go. And we've still been doing what God destined, designed, and purpose for us to do.
Yeah, and we still making disciples.
Right, right. And it may not look like what the people were accustomed to us doing, but it's definitely kingdom.
Yep, it's definitely kingdom. And so we're working on a summit called Multiply Summit, and it's talking about from church to kingdom, to talk about what that really looks like. Because when Jesus, when you hear about the death, burial, resurrection of Jesus, before he ascended, he first descended, and he went to hell and he preached to those that were captive in hell, those that were captive in death, and he preached to them. And a lot of people might say, hey, what was Jesus preaching to them? I think he was preaching the gospel of the kingdom, right? Because he told them the kingdom, is coming. But John the Baptist told them the kingdom was coming. Jesus told him the kingdom was coming. And the kingdom, he even said, if I cast out a demon in front of you by the flick of a finger, that means the kingdom has come nigh you. The kingdom is nigh thee. Yeah. And so, the kingdom has come, and it's in every area. So, yeah. And so, we didn't stop. We just did things differently, and we realized we had to release people in order for us to do it so that we wouldn't be dragging people a place that they were not ready to go. Do that make sense?
Makes sense. Because for me, I would say that the Lord gave us to do this a while back. University is 10 years old. When we planted Greater Adoration, when we planted City of Faith and changed into Embassy of Faith International, we were still doing that work. We were still doing kingdom work. Now, one thing I do realize is that along the way, the work wasn't for everyone. I believe, looking back, it was more so of us doing the work. Us, our children.
We had some. We had some people.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody's heart was right, but some people are good church members.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You need church members. Then you got some people that are gifted and talented, and then you have some people that are ambitious. They have zeal. And so I think we had a mixture of people, right? And so I think God had to shake us up for us to really get to where he was trying to get us to, because sometimes we tend not to move because we worried about people. And I'm reminded of Abraham, when God told Abraham to sacrifice Isaac, he took the young man with him. He left his wife at home, took the young man with him, took Isaac with him. And he told the people, the young men that with him, he said, y'all stay right here, because me and the lad, we're going to worship, and we'll come. He said, we're going to worship and we'll come back. And so I think that was on purpose, because he probably knew, hey, if I'm going to go and sacrifice my son, these people might try to hold me back, or these people might not like what I have to do. Do that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
And so then when you look at the story through a theological lens, you'll find out that the problem was never Abraham being afraid to sacrifice Isaac because where he came from, that was a norm. When he came from Haran, they were sacrificing their baby. That's the religion he was part of. So it wasn't that he had a problem with sacrificing the child. That was what he had always done. But it was the problem that this was the promised child,
Right.
where he was tested at. And so, yeah, so sometimes you have to separate for people so you can get to where God's trying to get you to.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we've been through. But I think we're at a good place, right? We've been seeing some of our members that are still members. We've been seeing them at grocery stores. Shout out to Mama Jen,
the Winless family.
Shout out to the Winless family. It's like God saying, and they tell us, you ain't getting rid of us.
Yeah,
we've been seeing them.
You was in Target.
I was in Target.
We was at what is it? Concourse.
Yeah, we was at Concourse. We seen Isaiah. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
hoop star. He's going to the NBA.
Yeah,
and then
I saw him. I think I was at DD's.
Yeah.
So just.
Yeah, we've been seeing quite a few people like, hey, Pastor, let us know what's going on, what's next. And so we got a lot that's going on. We got to unpack some things so that we can pack up some things. So we can pack the new things in. So that's part of why we're doing what we're doing. We're just talking about this journey that God had us on to stop having regular worship service on a weekly basis, go to 21, and y'all, we've been following God through this, and it's like he'll lead us to one place and he'll stay right there, and then once we end it, then he'll say, all right, now I want to do this.
This is next. So before we did the 21 weeks, let's not forget that, the Lord gave you to build an altar.
Yeah.
He was like, come go with me. Let's build an altar.
That was the first Sunday in June.
Right. And so we were meeting every Saturday and just praying for what's next, praying for guidance and protection and clarity and everything that, we felt like God was leading us to pray for. And it was quite.
Yeah, we prayed. It was quite a few. And then we started winging off little by little. But we prayed from June
up
to October.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We was doing these alternates. And then October, the Lord shifted and said, okay, I want y'all to pray. And it ended up being just 4 of us.
Yeah. He said 21 weeks in October. So.
And the 21 weeks ended February 21st.
Yeah.
We didn't calculate that, but God was up to something with the math. He was mathing it.
And so with the 21 weeks, we did every Saturday at 9. But we also did Mondays at 5:00 a.m. via Zoom. And it ended up being 4 of us. And we saw that 21 weeks from the beginning to the end. And at the climax of that 21 weeks, now, a lot of things was transpiring. Some things was happening. God was moving. But he told us at the end of 21 weeks, like, we were going to see his hand. We were going to see him work. He was going to give us the blueprint. It was going to be clear of what he has called us to, who he has called us to. And at the end of 21 weeks, I want to say people began to come in on these Saturdays, and families, couples, right?
Couples,
families, because that's one of the prayer targets that he gave us for Embassy Church Memphis.
Men, we wanted men on the forefront.
Families.
We wanted families.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted
multi-generation.
We want multi-generational.
Multicultural.
And we wanted multi-generational more than multicultural. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't have the generations, you're going to have a dying church. So we need the older ones to get wisdom, to disciple the younger, the middle age to disciple the college students, and the young adults to disciple the teenagers, and we keep moving forward. And it's going to be a discipleship culture, because actually that's what the church should be doing, making disciples. But we make good church.
We do.
We make good church, make good apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, teachers, bishops. We make all that. Yeah. We make all that. But we have, in the black church in my city, we have failed at making disciples. So we get people to be in office with titles and stuff before they learn how to be a follower learner.
Yeah.
Because that's what a disciple is a follower learner.
Absolutely. And then let's not forget, along the way, you and I, we enrolled in Downline.
Yeah. We went.
Still.
We
graduate.
Yeah, we're going to graduate next week.
4th.
Yeah, we're going to graduate next week.
Yeah.
It's been a long 9 months. But look, so what happened was, and so in this hub that we got, I run a nonprofit called LifeWise Academy that we've grown from 2 employees to over 56 employees. That's hired staff and volunteers, from 4 students to 720, I think 709 students, over 709 students so far. From going to be inside the Memphis Shelby County School District to now in the Collierville School District, Germantown School District, soon to be in Arlington School District. So we've been building, and we're teaching the gospel. We're teaching the gospel. We're picking up children from school during the school time, taking them to a local church. They have a Bible study and take them back to school. And I can tell you about it and how your church can get involved too.
Yeah.
So we've done that. And then we've scaled up our church nonprofit, which is called University. Family Community.
Family
And
Community Development
and the mission of University, the mission of Embassy Church is know Jesus and make them known, right? But the mission for a university is what?
We aim to inspire hope and positive transformation in the lives of the children and families that we serve. And when you really look at it, we have scaled up, because last school term, we were just in one school, and that was Keystone. But now we're picking up from Keystone, Raleigh Egypt Middle and High, Craigmont Middle and High, and all the other schools out here in Raleigh that's pulling and wanting.
Yeah. And we're serving we're serving families.
Yeah.
So we're serving families. We have single moms where we have men now pouring into the life of these young men. One mom told us, she's like, Pastor, I was trying to throw the football with him this weekend. I ain't know nothing about football. She's newly divorced, right?
Right.
And she's trying to navigate this thing. And God has us right here. And she said, hey, when y'all going to start having church? Because we don't have a church. And we need a church. And so God is like organically building something here, and it's blowing our mind.
Yeah. And I've got a lot of texts and calls like, when y'all, starting church? Like, we're still the church. It's still going every Saturday at 9 o'clock.
Every Saturday at 9 o'clock.
We're right here. Praying. We're praying.
And so about 2 weeks ago, we connected with a Hispanic congregation, and we call it Embassy Espanol. And so this is our Hispanic rendition of Embassy. They worship every Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m. Every Thursday night, they have Miracle Night at 7 o'clock p.m. right here at the Tri-City Hub. And it's just amazing. Kindred Spirit. A week ago, we were in here. Was that a week? 2 weeks.
That was a week ago. 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago, we were in here in prayer. And the pastor, his wife, and some of the other congregants, they came in. They were like, hey, we're going to help clean up. And so we was in here at 9 o'clock prayer. The pastor was walking like he was in everything. He said, Pastor James, my wife and some of the women want to go into prayer with you all. And so we had 2 nations, well, really more than 2 nations, because they have different Hispanic cultures within their church. They have Honduran, they have Venezuelan, they have Mexican, and then they have Guatemalan, Dominican Republic. And so we got all these different nations in there, and we're praying together.
Praying together. I'm talking about praying, interceding, to where their language become clear of it's like you can tell.
Yeah.
You understand what's being said.
Yeah.
The prayers that they're praying. And it was like we were tag teaming, because I believe I started off, and then the pastor's wife, she came behind, and then, it was just like rotating, just letting the Lord have his way. And when I tell you, we had an encounter with the Lord, with Holy Spirit, in that prayer setting that I was blown away when we got done.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel the presence of the Lord in the sanctuary.
Yeah, it was tangible.
Yeah.
It was real, like you can feel it. I went to the meeting room and started crying because I didn't want nobody to see me crying, but I had tears in my eyes because I was seeing the kingdom of God unified.
Yeah.
Where we're doing this and there's nothing that's hindered. There's no distance. I like to say this, there is no distance in the spirit.
Yeah.
So there could be a distance, a barrier between us in language and the natural. But in the spirit, there's no distance.
There's no difference. Yeah.
No difference or distance. And so I was able to understand. I was like, oh, she's saying, Lord, be enthroned.
Yeah.
Jesus, be enthroned. Lord, take your seat in this place. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yep. And so we that's what we've been doing. We went through some healing as a family because we were churched out.
Yeah.
We've been doing ministry for really 14 years.
14 years straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
14 years straight.
And I was gonna say even before then, prior to
it was 12 years.
Having, I'm just saying prior to us having children, we were
Yeah, we were in church.
serving.
I was a minister and musician, and yeah.
Yep.
So we've been doing church for church as long as church been church, and so God takes us a new route, and I'm excited about it. And so but like I said, we got a chance to do some healing, because sometimes you're just churching where life, if you're not careful and have balance, life would just be lifing around you, and you don't even take time. So God is taking us the scenic route this time. I was able to get in a relationship with my sons. I was able to find out where they were. They're not just musicians for the church, because that's all I'm concerned with. But they are young men growing up, finding themselves. So we were able to